everyone. My name is Evie Lupine. Welcome back to my channel, and today I have another video for you all. And today we are going to be talking about the Spank Please app, because we actually partly went over this website before we looked at their version of the BDSM test, and I did not have any expectations for that whatsoever. I thought it was going to be another like little 10 question, 4 answers a piece sort of deal, and I was really impressed. I thought it was a great quiz. I thought it was probably one of the best ones I've ever taken, and though it was very word salady at the end with the description for your main type, and it didn't give you what the other types that you had that were highly up on the list were, so you couldn't really use it the same way that you would the BDSM test. Like, it was still useful and interesting, and I wanted to go back and actually check out the main feature of their site, which is a punishment and task generator. And I have seen things like this before. I am hoping this is going to be a good one, but we're going to go ahead and try it out. I'm going to get set up, and then we're going to get into it. All right, so we are now on the website, and the title of it says, it is your kink-friendly task and punishment generator, which is interesting phrasing, kink-friendly versus just kinky. Maybe there's going to be some vanilla punishment stuff in here. If you have a punishment dynamic, I don't think you're vanilla. My humble opinion there. But it also says, set your preferences and generate hundreds of tasks and punishments that always hit the right spot. And then some kind of weird line art drawing situation that's messing with my head a little bit. But okay, that's a thing. And it has been used by over 10,000 kinksters. It claims to have over 500 different tasks and punishments. You can use it either with a partner or solo. And they also have a way of ranking and telling, I assume, the algorithm how much you like or dislike something, and then it has some other additional features as well. And this is something I wanted to make sure to check, is a question we all had from last time is this AI generated? And I think it probably is, because listen to what it says in the FAQ. It says, set your preferences and toy collection. Spank Please takes that information and uses it to generate countless tasks and punishments under the FAQ question about how does the generator itself work. So to me, that means it's taking a bunch of stuff, combining it all together, mixing it up, and then spitting something back out. And if that doesn't scream AI generated, I don't know what does. But we're going to look at it. We're going to see how it is. Now, it does say try the app, but it's not an app in the App Store. Oh, and they have another one of those like weird line drawings that I don't understand. All right, I finally made it to the home screen, and it says, Spank to meet you. Okay, you're cute. Now that that's out of the way, the pun? Okay, let's get to know you better so we know how we can best please you. Okay, let's go. Alright, so I originally tried to use the app full screen, and it was not working out. I couldn't type on it. So we're going to log back in again, and then hopefully we can just go from there, and it won't freak out on me. Alright, we're going to go back to the play names. Alright, I think I wanted to do pet. Okay, that's working a lot better. Apparently don't use the full screen version. Also, my nails are really long, so it's already like a pain in the butt to type as it is. So yeah, all right, let's do pet, and then let's do creature, and then like thing, yeah. That's what I like to be called these days. All right, next. Not going to put anything for Dom. All right, and then it just gets right into what is your toy collection, and then it looks like there's just one really big scrolling list. Let's do it like by section, I guess. So the first one, because A is for anal. Is there anything in here I'd want to put down? No, we're going to skip that. All right, bondage. What is a ball parachute? I'm scared that I don't know what that means. Somebody let me know what it is in a comment down below. All right, belt. I do have that. Finally, some things I recognize that I would want to use. Okay. Belt. Bondage tape. Cloth gag. Clothespins. Collar, cuffs. Not using a humbler. Jingle bells. Leather restraints. Metal clamps. Actually, don't have metal clamps. I'm not even going to put that one. Open mouth gag. Rope. Rubber gag. And then the spreader bar. Suction cups. And finally, urethral sound. Fascinating. All right. And then clamps. Already put that in there. And then control. Edge play. Okay, let's see what we got for edge play. E-stim device. Electric zapper. Hot sauce. Knife. Needle. And then urethral sound again. Because there's like overlap between some of these categories. All right. Fluids. Only fluid? Cum lube. No water sports, apparently. No water sports here. Not even just like water. Ice cubes, maybe. Because ice cubes wasn't in like edge play, was it? Okay. All right. Gagging. Already did that part. Pain. Okay, here's more options that I feel familiar with. All right. Cane. Crop. There's that ball parachute again. That's like just multi-purpose, isn't it? All right. Flogger. Paddle. Ruler. Wartenberg. Wheel. Whip. Wooden hairbrush. Okay. Definitely missing some ones in here, but this is like, I mean, I kind of wish that they would just give you the option to like type your own in. I feel like this should be able to accommodate that. All right, sensory. Oh, there's ice cubes, Sharpie, and then wax play candle. Put all that in there. And then sensory block, blindfold, earplugs, headphones, and then just vaginal. Cool. And then vibration. Just going to skip all that. All right, next. I've completed my toy collection. Oh boy. Strike 2. Masturbation. First question. Just don't, can I just tell, don't hard limit, don't include this. Oh, it does it? It gives you a definition of what masturbation is. Actually, you know what? Not going to judge that. Generally, I think helpful to do. Maybe ball parachute will come up again and I can look and see what it actually means. All right. Next. Why is it only giving me 8 options? All right, light bondage. I do like that. We're going to bump that up all the way. Blowjob. Nope. Domestic servitude. I guess I'd probably be giving domestic servitude, wouldn't it? All right. It's going to be full on for me. It's going to be full send. No anal. Spanking. Space like a middle of the ground. Not a favorite. Not terrible. More sex stuff again. And just edging. Okay. Set full preferences. Or play with the... Why would it choose those 8 as being the 8 that could be the only ones I could play with? We're going to go to the full preferences, obviously. We're gonna do this correctly. Oh! All right. More categories to scroll through. Body worship. That's fun. I'll do that like as a little light, like a maybe situation. There is some very lurid word choice happening in this app. Can I even say some of this stuff on YouTube? I don't even know if there's some. I'm just gonna, it'll be on screen. You can read it and you can see what it says. Just sexy bits worship is like kind of funny to me. Just to cover all our bases, make sure we've got all the different genitalia figured out. All right, so I think I'm just gonna have it as, we're just gonna do just body worship. All right, bondage, collar and leash, love that. Gagging, this is not an absolute favorite, pretty nice. Heavy bondage for sure. Light bondage, already said that I liked it. Oh, do I need to like save? Wait, what? It took me back. What happened? Did it not like save my preferences from before? Okay, it did. That was weird, but I think we figured it out. All right, moving on. Bondage, did that. Edge play. Oh, biting. Yeah, I'm just gonna all the things. Blood play. Heck yeah, let's go for it. Woo! Now all the way. There we go. Breath play. Depends on the setting, depends on the type of breath play. I'm assuming they probably mean just choking, but the world of breath play is so expansive. It could mean so many different things. All right, I guess cutting is different than blood play. How do they define what cutting is? Incision or cuts on the skin. I guess unrelated to the fact that it draws blood, I suppose. Okay. And you know what? Pretty good. I like it. Marking. Yeah, definitely. Oh. Well, we are just, I mean, it says edge play, so we're putting all types of edge play on there. Okay, all right. Scratching. Yeah, love that. And sexy bits torture again. Oh, my goodness. And then fisting, I guess, is edge play? Is it edge play? Okay, alright, yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. And then water sports, which is like again, not really. I feel like water sports is just disappointing. I feel like every single time I've done water sports, it's like always just so much better in theory than it is in reality. It's kind of like, I don't know, just overrated. It's just overrated as a thing to do in kink. I feel like it's difficult, I think, more so than what people would expect it to be. But moving on. All right, we have fettuccinis, diapers. What is in these different categories? It's so interesting to me. Domestic servitude is listed under fettuccinis. And that just doesn't make sense to me. But okay, I do like to give domestic servitude. And then the other options on this list are exercise, which is interesting, feminization, taking photos, and that's it. Those are the options. All right, we got fluids. I think we can just skip over fluids. I think we know what's going on with fluids, and I think we can just move on from that. Does nipple plays its own category? I guess good for the nipple people who like that. Oral, we're gonna skip that. Orgasm control. Guess what? We're gonna skip that. All right, pain. Okay, back to home territory here. All right, beating. Yeah, just a full send on that one. Body pinching. You know, I don't like pinching. It's not terrible, but it's not my thing. Not something I would generally choose to experience. Electrostimulation. It depends. It's so, tens units, yes, but, violent ones, not as much. I'm going to put, a mild yes on that one. All right. Just nipple, sexy bits slapping, sexy bits torture, swatting. What does swatting mean? Act of hitting a person with a whip, flogger, crop, or ruler. Okay, all right. I guess that makes more, general sense than just having flogging, whipping as individual categories here. So, yeah, we'll do full send on that one there. All right, penetration, guess what? Gonna skip that one. Pleasure, guess what? Gonna skip that one. Power dynamics. Chastity, deep throating, discipline, heck yeah. Domestic servitude, already said heck yeah. Face sitting. Wait, power dynamics? Face sitting is in power dynamics. Okay, alright. Joy. Alright, can we get to something that I recognize, please? Dear God. All right, objectification. There we go. That's I know about that one. That's one of the things that's good. All right, ridiculing, but not humiliation play. Okay, and then teasing. Okay, so teasing can be verbal, physical, or psychological, but it is specifically about sexual arousal. So we're going to just skip that one. All right, sensory stimulation, sensation play. Heck yeah. Temperature play? That's okay. Tickling? I'm not ticklish. I feel like I made a video about tickle torture 4 years ago, and I feel like tickle people have not let that go. I still get emails and comments from people who are film one of your tickling scenes. And I'm like, I don't do tickling. I think you misunderstood the video. I don't tickle people. I don't really get tickled. Accidentally, sure. But I don't, it's not a thing. I don't do it. All right, so I'm sorry tickling people. I'm not one of you. I apologize for any confusion. But you know what? Receiving it every once in a while, I wouldn't hate it. All right, and then just uncategorized. Let's see what we couldn't fit anywhere else, people. All right, anal and oral sex, though. I should have guessed. All right, well, I feel like there were lots of things that did not end up on here that I would have put on this list. What am I supposed to do now? Please tell me you don't have to start over. Why is this so confusing? All right. And then, okay, did it, okay, remember what I put in? I'm so disappointed right now. Okay, next, all right, kink preferences, next, 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 and set up all preferences, which I just did. And then I thought I saved it, and then it just takes me back to that screen, and then oh, it very briefly showed take me home, take me to home, and then it disappeared instantly. So, okay, maybe, all right, maybe it's going to say play with these only, and then maybe that'll hopefully, I don't want to do, oh, now it's telling me to do a 2-week trial. No, I don't want to do that, actually. Can I just, like, skip over that? All right, all right. Can I just start a session, please? Can I just, like, do that? All right, I am a sub. That's correct. Let's try to make a session happen here. Let's see if this will work. All right, swipe anywhere to continue, and then you can do previous or next, and there's tasks and then finishers. Like this is a fighting game. Okay. All right, it says toys, crop, and then there's a timer at the bottom. Okay, all right. Okay, creature is ordered to swat their thighs with the toy while sucking on the other given toy, but I only have one toy listed, which is just crop. So, I don't know what that, I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, so there's tasks, which is the thing I was just on, which is separate from punishments, which I just clicked on. And if I go to punishment, it says creature is ordered to continuously swat themselves with the toy, which in this case is a belt. They must ask themselves for another hit each time, and then the timer it gives me is 4 minutes and 47 seconds. Thank you very much. And then I guess I start the timer, and then that's how long I'm supposed to go for. And then once that's up, I can mark it as complete. Okay. All right. And then I have the task still, and which way was, I think, swipe left? Okay, and then when I swipe left, it says, not the task you were looking for. Looks like you skipped the previous tasks. Leave feedback and adjust your algorithm. Task was unclear, I think is probably the clearest one there. All right, next task. Creature is ordered to blindfold and gag themselves. Creature must then, for the given time, rub their face on the toy. Not doing the second part of that. Occasionally attempting to suck it despite the gag. All right. And then the toys I'm given are an open mouth gag and a blindfold. So, and then it just says the toy, but then it's like, I guess it just assumes that I didn't say that I had any objects. I didn't have any, maybe I'm breaking the system because I said I had literally no sex toys in my toy closet. But I think that's what it's trying to get me to do. So that's also going to be, I forget which way. Okay, that also was unclear. All right. Okay, just gave me the same one again. All right, creature is ordered to lay on their back. It really likes the creature one. It keeps going with that. Pull their knees up to their shoulder and tie them together. Okay, so I'm supposed to lay on my back, have my knees, I guess, kind of in like a missionary legs up type position. Creature must then spank their ass for the time given using the given toy, which includes a ruler and rope. Okay, that's actually doable. And it's within the limits that I gave it. It doesn't include anything overtly sexual happening. So I'm gonna say that I like that one. That's a good one. Good. We're learning. Next one is creature is ordered to blindfold and gag themselves. Creature must then for the given time. Oh, wait. No, I've already been given this one, and I've already told you that it didn't work. All right. That one That one's good. I like that one. And then I wanted to say that I don't like that one. All right, here's a new one. Creatures ordered to swap their thighs with a toy while sucking on the other given toy, and again, it just says crop. So, like, how am I supposed to do that? I think I've broken this. I think I broke the app by not putting in any sexual toys whatsoever, and it doesn't know what to do. So that's not great. I am sad. All right, let's go maybe to punishments again and see what we got there. And then that is the same one I had before. And then can I just like, I would like it to give me a new one. Give me a new one, please. How do I do that? Okay, this is a new one. I don't know how I managed to do that. I honestly couldn't tell you, but it's giving me a new one, I think. It says, creatures ordered to continuously beat their ass with a toy. Creature must then reset the timer, interchangeably beat their thighs with the toy for the same amount of time. Okay. I have to beat my butt. And then I have to reset the timer. And then do like hit, 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 hit. Okay. Okay, alright. And then that's it gave me a cane. But I said that I like cane, so is that a punishment? I don't know if this app knows what punishments are for. Good thing I have a video coming out about that very soon. Look for it. It's gonna be a good one. I think it's you guys are gonna like it. All right, so this is not working for me. Let's just go to finishers. Let's just finish this by going to finishers. All right. Oh, this is like a whole 3-paragraph essay worth of text. All right. Creatures ordered to get on their back and curve their body. Why does it think I have a penis? I definitely did not say that I had a penis. Did I do something wrong? What happened? Why is it, this is not correct. Okay. Creature must then eat a bunch of hot sauce and then by touching myself, which is a thing I didn't even give any input on that I didn't want. Come in the time given to cool off their mouth using a fluid I can't create. If the time runs out before a creature comes, they must eat more hot sauce and try again. Okay. Did it just get, like, stuck? Did it get stuck because it, like, wasn't able to, like, register? That must have been what happened. Because I couldn't get it to actually submit all of my preferences. But then where did, like, oh, well, I guess it was on my toy list. Just confusing. All right, anyways, we're wrapping it up, people. All right, this says, session ended, time for aftercare. Debrief and make sure that everyone's physical and emotional needs are met. Come down from the, quote, high of the scene and return to a state of physical and emotional balance. You can do this through cuddling, talking, snacking, and other forms of physical and emotional support. That's very cute. All right, I'm going to try to go back here and look at some more stuff. I guess it just says, like, start. Can I, like, go to... What would that be under? Would it be under kink preferences? No, it has. It looks like it has all of my stuff that I put in there. But it's like not... It's not actually giving me any of that in the stuff it was generating. Alright, and then sexy bits. I want to make sure. Yeah, it only... how does it think that I have... What happened? Why did it... What did I do to make it think that I had a penis? Nothing, apparently, because I didn't say... That's not what I said I had. Alright, and then we've also got... Let me look here. And then play names. Alright, maybe it just sticks with certain themes for, like, one session. I'm going to go back... And I'm going to try to start a session and see if it gives me anything different. What? Okay, it says you've used your free weekly session, but you can still replay it anytime. A replay means the tasks, punishments, and finishers will be identical to the session you've already completed. Wow. Okay. Fine. And then, let's see, task was inappropriate. There you go. And then to tell it is inappropriate, and then it gives me the same one again. Oh, this is I'm so sad about this. I'm so sad. Oh, you guys. I'm so disappointed. I had such high hopes for this. I really did. And instead my heart has been broken. You had such a good quiz, and somehow your main feature of your website is worse than the quiz that you made? I don't understand how that's possible. Actually, how is that possible? I don't know. So we gave it a fair shake, I think. Maybe this will work better on desktop. I think some of the issues would definitely be better if I was on a desktop and not trying to use my phone navigation with my big long nails to make this happen. But I just can't figure out what it was trying to do with the tasks that it was making up. Because we checked, and they were not in line with what I said that I wanted to do. So I like the idea of this a lot. I think a lot of people get stuck not knowing how to stay within their partner's limits and be creative and come up with a scene that'll work. And then I like the feature of it, having a built-in timer it chooses for you and that being integrated into the app. I think that's nice. But it just needs to come up with things that are relevant to what I actually told the app that I wanted to do, what I didn't want to do. Because ideally to me, what it would pick for punishments would be things that I either, okay, maybe this is what's happening, is things that I don't like are being used for punishments, even if I didn't give it any input at all. And then things that I do like are being used for tasks. But I think with punishments, you can't go off of everything in the list. There has to be some way of checking, maybe a box or something where you can say, if something's a hard limit or not. Because then if I could just tell it never include this, then maybe it could default to anything that's left besides that could be used for a punishment. Why am I designing their app for them? This is just how I would think about it. Or maybe something that's really lightly, it's a kind of meh, okay, that could be used for a punishment. But anything that's really high up, a 10 out of 10, love this, my favorite, that should be used for tasks and not for punishments. But there wasn't really any stylistic difference between the punishments and the tasks or the finishers, wait a second, maybe the finishing is about, you know what I mean? Maybe that's what that means. I just assumed it was a grand finale, but not in any sort of bodily way. Just maybe it does, maybe it could mean that. Maybe sometimes just the part of the experience is included in that. Maybe it's not the only thing that'll show up there. But I can't see because I am not signing up for anything on this app because I didn't want to, and I think I'm justified in not doing that. But anyways, that is spank please. I guess just stick to using obedience. I guess just stick with obedience, That seems to work pretty all right for people. I think it's a much more well-developed app, and it's been around for a while, so it has more of the bugs worked out. And I didn't even get to test this with a partner. I only tested it solo, so maybe I don't even know how the couple feature of this would even work. But I like the idea of having something for solo people, because self-directed play, I think, is a big part of kink. I think especially for the types of people who would use apps for punishments and long-distance relationships as well when you're doing stuff that's self-directed. I don't know. I'm just sad. I'm just sad that this didn't work the way that I wanted it to work. R.I.P. I guess go check out the quiz. Go look at the quiz. It's a fun quiz. Go watch my video about it. It's a fun quiz. Don't actually use Spank Please as a website, I guess. But hopefully you all always know that I give you fair reviews of websites and products. I don't just talk about stuff that I actually like. I also talk about stuff like this that doesn't work out and makes me sad. So, there you go. And on that note, I think it's going to be everything for today, all. Let me know your thoughts and feelings in a comment down below, especially if you have another app or website you would want me to check out. Is there, I know about obedience, obviously, we've talked about that before on the channel. Is there anything else that's worth checking out? Any new apps, new websites, anything like that, leave it in a comment down below, as well as all your thoughts and feelings. And if you would like to, if you're not already, please do subscribe, because I make videos every week talking about kink and BDSM, as well as relationship advice, polyamory, pop culture news, and so much more. If you really want to support what I do, the best we can do is with Patreon. Link to that will be down below. If you do already support me there. Thank you so much. It means the absolute world to me. And until I see you all next time, I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. Bye-bye.